Just thinking about all the things that I hear today, the way the world's changing, the way people's minds are starting to think about things and things that we wouldn't have ever thought of 30, 40 years ago, that people are thinking and doing. The world and the best that it does, it makes me to think of the scripture, 6th chapter of Genesis, about imagination and the thoughts of their heart is only evil continually. They hardly have the capacity to think about good things. And Christianity on the whole is looked at as a hateful, evil thing in the world. Of that, but it is. And all of the messed up minds that people are getting, they don't thinking about where the world is going. But I thought about what a refuge we have in a place like this. I'm so thankful for to be able to say I'm glad I'm here, and to be able to get away from all of that in the world, and to be able to come and be able to sing the songs and to focus on something that's pure and right and holy. And it's a blessing to me, and I thank God that we can still have this opportunity to be able to do it. It was 40 years ago this June that I came over here to the first camp meeting that I came over in '86, and I was 23 years old. So I don't know where the 40 years old went, but it's been 40 years. It was a little red, smaller. We thought it was had a little red tabernacle here, and when I came, that's where we came. Came over for the first time. I'd never been with the Saints before. I got saved back in February, and I was searching and looking, and to be honest with you, everything that made sense to my life was over in Webster County, with the local congregation over there, people, and all of that. And, I knew that there was a lot of things that I didn't think were scripturally right there and all, but I came over here and I sat right over there, and the Saints started singing, and I know there's these testimonies about how people jump up and down, those kind of things, but I'll be honest with you, what came to me was, oh no, this is it. Not like the Lord just witnessed to me that you're never going to be the same now. You're going to have to make a decision now. But there was something that I believe there was a special gift in the singing. I really do. And over the years, I've noticed that some people don't hear it like that. But for people that was hungry and thirsty, people that was really seeking for something, they hear something in that others don't hear. And they acknowledge something. And I heard something more than just harmony. I heard the truth about it. It witnessed something to me, and I heard it. And I had, after that, I noticed a number of people that had come and was hungry and searching for something. Not all of them landed, not all of them stayed, but they all heard it. Those that was acknowledged there's something there. I heard that. I'm very thankful tonight that the Lord is able to work with our hearts, and for I know it started way before I came, but for the 40 years that I've been coming over here, we went from here to the campground. After the tabernacle, we went to the White Pines. And then from White Pines, we have a couple of years in the chapel, I think. We went back down here, and then the Lord helped to do that. How many years has this been? Anybody here know? I was trying to time. We like 8 or 9 years. Anyway, I've been blessed, and I thank the Lord. We didn't have it 1 year, I think, of COVID, right? But other than that, Lord, I'm so thankful for you. Lord, still blessing you. Folks supporting means so much to us. We're glad you came. Thank you for being here. Well, we're going to take this time to look to the Lord in prayer. So if anyone has Thanksgiving, by the lift of the hands, how many have a spoken request? Many things go on with this. You want to have a request they'd like to make mention of, or a Thanksgiving? Brother Michael. Brother Keith. Lord, touch him. Well, we put in a regular request here for Sister Angela Gellenbeck. We're so glad you're here, Sister Angela. That's such a blessing. Thank you for that. Well, the Lord told us to pray for the harvest, pray for the work of the Lord everywhere. Remember the rulers and leaders of our land in the region. The Lord is straightening up all these wars and stuff that's going on. Pray that the Lord would have mercy. Remember the work of God everywhere. And can't be the season is all upon us. There'll be a number of people that pray that the Lord would give us hearts. Brother Curtis, we have to pray. salvation. How about that? That's fixing that out for all the more. Pray the Lord will have mercy. Well, let's go to the Lord in prayer. Someone lead us in prayer and pray for the remainder of the service. Pray for the message.
Fellowship, good meeting we've had so far. Lord, thank you for being willing to speak to us, help us to know how we have to live. Lord, to know that you want us to go to your heaven even more than we do ourselves. Lord, thank you for being willing to send your Son to die for our sins. While we were yet sinners, it says, Christ died for us. So thankful for that. Thank you for giving everyone safety getting here. Thank you for helping bring life to this body. Lord, pray that you would just be with us here tonight. Pray that everything that's been done will glorify you. And would you anoint and bless and help each one of us that we'll be able to come away from here and say it's good for us to be here. Lord, I pray for whatever is said and done, Lord, message, special singing, whatever it is, that it will speak to our hearts. Help us to have honest, open hearts for you, not just to be more like you want us to be, but also help us to know each one how we can contribute to your kingdom here in the service and out in the community, at our work, and everywhere we are. Pray for our nation. Lord, we live in some very politically divided times, a lot of division in the country right now. There's a great need for revival. Pray, Lord, that you would send revival on this country. There are wars that are going on in different places in the world. I pray that you have mercy, Lord. Likely, some of your children are caught in the crossfire in those places. There are people that worship you that don't have the same freedom that we do here tonight. People that live under threat constantly of punishment, imprisonment, shunning. Lord, I pray that you would be with one of your children tonight, all over the world. Wherever they may be, trying to get together, maybe to worship you, or just trying to live a godly life, or raise their children. Lord, help them with their light shine. I pray that you would have mercy on those that are enacting the laws that oppress those people. That you would cause their hearts to be touched. Places like North Korea, Indonesia. Lord, I know I'm not going to remember all of the places here tonight, but those that are sick, would you come and have mercy on them tonight? I pray that you would talk to the rulers of our country. I pray that you would bless and remember this meeting. If there are people here that are not saved, I pray that your
I'm very thankful to be here. I desperately need your prayers. Lord, it's placed a heavy burden on my heart, and I feel kind of share this tonight. So I ask for your prayers. I'm very thankful to be here as well. What Marty was talking about, the years that this campaign has been going on, and I've not been alive quite yet for 40 years, but I've been alive for 36, going on 37, and I don't know the first year my parents brought me here, but I think I was pretty little, I think maybe. And as far as I know, I've been coming every year, but I know we missed when Peter and I got married, we missed a few years due to no vacation and maybe budget a little bit. But we've come as much as we could. And we weren't supposed to hear this time. We had already sent the message in that we weren't going to be here. I guess the Lord had other plans. Because we felt like we needed to reverse that decision. Lord was working with us, and we just didn't feel a peace about not being here. So I'm thankful to be here. And I read the word phrase, I don't know if y'all can see it, but as God can use broken people. I don't think I'm standing for a congregation of people who has everything all figured out, knows exactly what tomorrow's going to hold, or how they're going to handle tomorrow. I don't think I'm standing for a group of people who handle everything the way they wanted to handle it. Maybe yesterday, last week. Maybe they said something they shouldn't have said. Maybe it just, maybe you said something you shouldn't have said. Maybe you handled yourself in a way that you weren't pleased with. But I'll tell you, God can use broken people that are willing to be in His hands and be used of Him. I'm not talking about defeatist attitudes, saying too much. That's not at all what I'm speaking of. So hopefully we can
make this clear this evening. And just maybe a testimony before I get into the scriptures that the Lord laid on my heart. For a while, back earlier in my young adult years, the Lord was asking for me to do more. He was asking for me to step out and be more involved in His work. At first, maybe just being willing to serve as a trustee, maybe being willing to teach Sunday school. And I walked at it for a long time because I'll say this: I didn't have it all figured out. Maybe I didn't understand all of the teachings. Maybe I didn't understand all of the ins and outs of exactly what it meant to be fully committed as a Christian. And maybe I didn't understand everything that was in here. I still had questions. I was thinking, well, I still have questions about some of the things that are in here. I don't understand everything. Some of the things in here are, I read this and then I flip over here and I read this. That's hard for me to understand. Lord, what are you trying to say here? I don't understand that yet. So I was thinking in my mind that, He can't use me right now because I don't understand it all. How am I going to answer someone who comes here? I'm responsible. I have no way to answer questions. So if I have questions, I can't use God. If I have uncertainty or I still have struggles, like surely God can't use me because I'm still broken. I still have issues. I still have problems. Well, I'm going to stand and tell you right now, I stand before you tonight. I still have problems. And I'm still broken in some areas that the Lord is having to, as He reveals those to me, and He molds and shapes and helps me, He's still fixing me. And I don't believe I'm often saying that. I believe everyone in here. It still has some areas in their life that's still a little broken. That still has some things that, tendencies. I have, well, let me get back to what I was trying to say before. There are some things that the Lord has been asking of me for a really long time. I was having some struggles and some things that I asked the Lord to help me with, to get victory over, to finally move past. There's something that I've had for years, all the way from my teenage up to adult, and Lord, why can't I get victory over this thing? Why is it still lingering? And He would, every once in a while, when I pray and ask Him, He would just put something on my mind, and I'm like, oh, okay, that's fine, I'll deal with that. But Lord, I'm praying about this right now. I don't need to get out of it right now because I'm worried about it. We need to deal with this. This is the problem I'm having, Lord. Can you help me? Well, it continued. He would put His finger on something. It was always the same thing. He would put His finger on something that I had in my life that I was not willing to turn loose of, and I wasn't willing to acknowledge the fact that it was part of my problem. And I would struggle and say, Lord, I don't understand why. I don't understand why you are trying to have me give this up. I don't understand these things. Because it wasn't a sinful thing, but it was something that I spent too much time doing. It was something that my downtime, whatever, that's what I ended up doing. And so the Lord put His hand on it, and I was thinking, Lord, there's no way that that's connected to my brokenness that I'm still dealing with. There's things that I'm still struggling with day to day. There's no way that that's connected. Well, I'll have you know that it was. And He let me know, He informed me of the downright addiction that I had to this. And I'm telling you, this is after I am serving the Lord. This is a thing that the Lord has put His finger on it. This is what I need to do. And I was recognizing, Lord, surely that's not causing all these issues. And well, I'm going to fast forward now to relatively recently. I was walking through the airport traveling home, and I was feeling the need of the Lord. I was feeling distant. I don't know if y'all ever go through those moments where it feels like the Lord has been awful quiet. Saw fit to see how long you hold on, pray. But that was one of those moments where the Lord was, I felt like He just wasn't being present with me. And so I was crying out to the Lord. I don't understand why I had made a lot of changes in my life. I was trying to change how I was handling myself. I was trying to change my attitude. Lord, I want to do these things for you. And so I went, there's the airport I was in, had a little interfaith chapel there, just a little quiet space. So I went in. I had about 45 minutes for my next flight, and I was in there all by myself. So I had my Bible, I pulled it out of my bag there. I sat down and I just started praying, saying, Lord, I'm right here. I need you. I'm broken. I don't know what to do. I don't know. I was feeling this. I was feeling like, Lord, I don't understand why you have abandoned me. I don't know why you are not hearing from me right now. And I'll tell you that in that little interfaith chapel in Houston Hobby Airport, the Lord came down in that little room and blessed me with scriptures and song and encouragement, saying, I hear you, but what I need you to do is, it was mentioned, I think this morning, or I don't remember, it was last night, that there's a part for me that I'm willing to help you, but I'm asking you to do a part. I'm asking you, if you want to not be broken in this area, there's something I want you to do. Now, I want to encourage people too that I don't want to encourage anyone to act out of zeal and beyond the call of the Lord. But what I want people to understand that, especially young people and maybe others, if you've kind of felt the call of the Lord in your life, and you held back because you felt, well, surely not me, because I have all these issues. Surely He doesn't need me because I have this problem. I have these misunderstandings. I'm going to tell you right now, I have questions. Not questions like, is God real? Is this word true? I fully believe the word is true. But I still have to go to the Lord and say, Lord, what do you mean by this? How does this apply to me? What are you asking me? I read these scriptures sometimes and I think, Lord, what is it that you meant by that? There's some things in here that there's some hard stuff in here. And there's things that, Lord, what do you understand? What do you want me to do with this? How do you want me to live my life? So I'm going to be bluntly honest with you right here, but I still have questions that the Lord has had to reveal to me. And so don't sit and think that you can't be used of the Lord if you still have misunderstandings of what it is that seek the Lord. Seek and say, Lord, look, here I am. I don't. No, I acknowledge, Lord, I don't understand some of these things, but help me to understand those. The example that I'm really holding on to a lot is Jeremiah, where when God told Jeremiah to speak to his people, Jeremiah said, oh, no, Lord, I'm too young. I can't. That's not for me to do. There's people out there that could be my grandpa. Well, I'm pretty sure there's somebody in here that could probably, maybe, I don't know, there's people in here for sure that could be my parents. What am I doing up here? I've had that thought. Who am I to teach a Sunday school class? Who am I to be? And I'm not lifting myself up at all. Who am I? Don't let the enemy put those those thoughts in your mind and dwell on them. Like, who am I that the Lord is going to use me, a broken person? Because He called me, He called others, He called other people that are sitting in here, and I don't believe I'd be wrong in saying that I don't think they have everything all figured out. I don't know, all of you can say that you have everything figured out. I don't believe any of us can. That there's still where suddenly I've arrived, that now I'm suddenly qualified to be a worker of Christ. No. He wants people that are truly dedicated to his work, that are saying, Lord, I'm yours. No, I don't understand everything. I'm still broken. What's the example that we have? A publican in the Pharisees, when they're in the temple, one was saying, "Oh Lord, thank you that I'm not like this person. That I do this, I do all these things." And the other one just stood there and smote his breast and said, "Have mercy on the Lord. I'm right here. I don't know who else to do. It's just me. Do what you can with this." And that has to be your attitude. Of not, well, all right, I've got Psalms figured out, so let me move to Proverbs and then Jeremiah, and I've got all the Gospels figured out, so I'm going to start working through the epistles, and I get all this figured out. Then I'll say, all right, Lord, I'm qualified. How arrogant is that of me? To say, Lord, I'm qualified now. Now I'll work for you. No, that's not how God works. He calls people. He asks, are you willing? Are you willing to come work for me? Are you willing, even though maybe you still have some broken areas, are you willing to be a fool for me? Are you willing to say, yes, Lord, I'll work. I'll do what I can. I'll teach Sunday school. I'll be a prayer warrior. I'll work in the kitchen. I don't know what it is until it calls you. I'll call you to do. But I'll tell you, there's examples, and we're going to get to some of these. Brother Darren had a message this morning about anything too hard for God. That's what I want to kind of get into next, is brokenness that's in our lives. He touched on a lot of the topics toward the end there that I didn't know how much of my message I left after this morning, but is anything too hard for God? And I answered this morning, no, absolutely. We have examples. One of the examples that I had was David. But then another prime example, and he touched on this morning as well, was Paul. Paul was a severely broken man. Peter was a broken man. He had, go help me, my memory is failing me, the one who was by the fig tree. I wish I knew the whole story of what Nathaniel was dealing with by that fig tree. But you read between the lines of that account, I don't think Nathaniel was thinking about what he would have to suffer that night under the fig tree. I think Nathaniel was dealing with some stuff under that fig tree. Because when Philip went to Nathaniel and said, hey, we found him. The one we've been praying for is here. Nathaniel said, yeah, right. Nazareth? Has anything good ever come out of that place? Philip said, just come and see. Come and see for yourself. He came walking up. You know, I like to, if we're not careful, we can remove the individuality and the personal aspect of the accounts of the scriptures and forget that this is real people. I like to think of it as Jesus is there. I don't know where they were, but Nathaniel come walking up. Jesus said, oh, there he is. You know how sometimes we read people like, oh, there he is, and the Israelite, no God. Nathaniel says, you don't know me. And what did Jesus tell him? He said, Nathaniel, you have that picture. I saw it. What is the response? He said, not Lord, God. I say to you, that's you. was there, I think of Daniel. When Daniel was praying and fasting for, was it 3 weeks for the same thing? He was seeking the Lord. When the Lord finally revealed himself to Daniel, like I was talking about, it was an error. What is the hell? He said, Daniel, oh no, you weren't praying. You weren't praying to end this. I heard you. And I was right there. Do you remember the blessing that Daniel had? A rich blessing from that. He felt the presence of the Lord. He has a lot of revelations after that. That was a rich moment. That, there was a message that was several years ago at our campaign. You couldn't take that from them. You can't take that experience and have it use it up here. I don't care what you say, what you do. Not a single one of you. I'm not saying it out of arrogance or whatever. You can't take it from me. Because the Lord gave that to me. He came down to work on a broken part of me. And not a single one of you can remove that. Not a single one of you can take that experience from me. And the same goes for each one of you, that whenever the Lord comes down and visits, no one can take that from you. Hold on to those things. One of the scriptures that the Lord gave to me is when I was dealing with some of this, I was struggling with all the attacks from us in the world all the time. All the time. Why is this bombarding us all the time? Why does it seem like evil wins a lot? Well, the Lord puts a couple of scriptures in my mind. I'd like to read those. One of them is Psalm 33. And let's start with the 8th verse. Let all the earth fear the Lord. Let all the inhabitants of the world stand in awe of him. For he spake, and it was done. He commanded, and it stood fast. The Lord bringeth the counsel of the heathen to naught. He maketh the devices of the people of none effect. The counsel of the Lord standeth forever, the thoughts of his heart to all generations. That, y'all, was a blessing to me. I was feeling attacked. I was feeling used and all kinds of things. I don't know how we're going to defeat the enemy in our homes. I was feeling that. I was feeling defeated. This brokenness that comes in if we're not careful. That brokenness can come into our homes and our families and start creating divisions and things in our homes. And I was struggling. I'm like, Lord, what do we do? And I was also struggling with some of my own inadequacies, and the Lord put that in my mind, where he spake, and it was done. He commanded, and it stood fast. The Lord brings the counsel of the heathen to naught. Maybe right now it looks like evil's winning. Maybe it looks like, and we are, in the Lord, making the devices of the people of none effect. At some point, and he was giving me that too as a personal promise of some things that he was working with me on. And y'all, I'm going to tell you, there's some stuff on these pages right here that none of you ever want to see. There was some, I'm bringing the message the Lord gave me, but there's a lot more on this page, so I want to. But I was sitting, the Lord was there with me. There's things written down right here that I needed to write down. There's things right here that were part of that broken. But none of y'all are going to see. And I'm not going to tell you about it. The Lord knows. The Lord knows about each one of you and what you're dealing with. And the Lord knows the heartache and the struggles that you have. He knows whenever you're discouraged. He knows when you have doubts. He knows. And my experience with the Lord too is he's not waiting for you to doubt so he can knock you off and cut you off with his branch. That's not what he's doing. he sees that. My experience with him is, Lord, I go to him and say, Lord, I don't understand. And Lord, I'm struggling. We can talk to him as a friend, and he listens. He's our Father. And the scriptures talk about you guys are earthly fathers, and you give good gifts to your children. How much more does your heavenly Father want to hear? You know, how much more does he give you good gifts? So, as you who are fathers and mothers, have you not, your children come and maybe say something disrespectful, say, I don't understand why you're doing this. Do we instantly say, well, you're not my son anymore, you get out of my house? No. We say, you do it, you work with it, you love, you care. How much more does Heavenly Father do that with us? We say, Lord, he wants us to be honest, because what happens, I'm asking, I'm begging you, don't do what I did for some time. Where I'll look back and say, well, I can't tell the Lord that, because like you already knows. But I can't go to him with my doubts and my fears and my brokenness, and because I'm supposed to already be this and that, I'm supposed to be doing these things, and I can't go to him with my doubt. I can't go to him with that. I can't share that with him because, well, you know, what's he going to do to me then? Don't put that in. Go to the Father with that and say, Lord, I don't understand. You know me. The man that, I believe it's his daughter, that when Jesus said, you believe. And the man said, oh, Lord, I believe. But you kind of read between the lines here, he said, but help my unbelief. I still have some. I believe you. But what you have said, you know, it's hard. There's some, go read the account that he talks with his disciples. The disciples are struggling. Hey, Lord, you said some pretty tough stuff there. And they didn't understand it fully until they had to live some life. We were talking about Peter earlier, about being a broken man, and I fully identify with Peter a lot because Peter seemed to be a charge the mountain type of person. Sometimes think about the consequences later, and I tend to be that way at times. But, you know, if we have, you know, we're supposed to take the mountain, so there's a mountain, here's my shoes and my weapons, so why are we still standing here? That can be my attitude sometimes, and Peter also was at times pretty confident in what he thought his beliefs were. You know, he straight up told the Lord, I'll never leave you. All these other guys, these guys, they might leave you. Not me. I'm right here with the Lord. Did Jesus throw Peter away after that was removed? What did it say that Jesus did? He said he turned and looked at him. And then Peter ran outside and wept bitterly. Because he knew, he said, I abandoned my Lord. But what did, I want everybody to remember this and think about this. What did Jesus do? Did he exclude Peter from the blood? Put a long robe over Peter and said, well, blood down, fix his shadows and cover you. It's going to trickle around you and cover everybody else. You know, he turned and looked at Peter, and I wish I could have seen the literal look that he just gave. Probably each of us know what that look feels like spiritually in our heart. When the Lord looks, maybe we've said something we shouldn't. You feel that check in your heart? That's Jesus. Just look at it's not too bad. That's not too bad. But Jesus wasn't there immediately to cut Peter off. Later, after Jesus resurrected, and he gave Peter an opportunity to reverse. He said, Peter, you love me? Yeah, Lord. Of course I love you. Peter, you love me? Yeah, Lord, I just said it. I love you. Peter, do you love me? we see Peter's life following. Yes, there are some hiccups here and there. There are some things him and Paul had to deal with. Some issues. Peter was still human. Paul was human. I want to encourage each one that is here. Don't discount the call of the Lord in your life because you still have some brokenness. Don't accept the brokenness either. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying that you just say, "Oh, broken here," and just move on. Let's read Luke 4. Don't pray for me. Brokenness. No. Luke 4. This is, we quoted Isaiah. I think it's verse 18. The Spirit of the Lord is upon me, because he hath anointed me to preach the gospel to the poor. He has sent me to heal the brokenhearted, to preach deliverance to the captives, and recovering of sight to the blind, to set at liberty them that are bruised, to preach the acceptable year of the Lord. I'm going to go back to Psalms 34. So the passage we just read in Luke is Jesus. He was quoting, I believe it's from Isaiah, about the purpose that Jesus had. He didn't come for us to just accept our brokenness and say, "Well, I'm broken, so I'm just going to live with it." Please don't take that message. If that's the message you get from this, that's not what was intended. The Lord can heal our brokenness as well. And that's what he came to do. He came to heal the broken. And so there's a qualification, however. So I want to read Psalm 34, 17. The righteous cry. Well, let's read verse 15 first. The eyes of the Lord upon the righteous, and his ears are open to their cry. Verse 17. The righteous cry, and the Lord heareth and delivereth them out of their troubles. The Lord is nigh to them that are of a broken heart, and saveth such as be of a contrite spirit. Many are the affliction of the righteous, but the Lord delivereth them out of them all. Skip down to the 22nd. The Lord redeemeth the soul of his servants, and none of them that trust in him shall be desolate. The Lord is nigh to